Alright guys, I'm just going to read it for you, or with you. You can read along with me. I'm on Lesson 6, right, Unit 4. What was the role of slavery in colonial America? So, slavery in the Americas. Early Spanish settlers were the first Europeans to enslave people in the Americas. In the 1500s, Spanish settlers forced many American Indians to work in mines and on plantations. Many of these workers died, so the Spanish began bringing enslaved Africans to the Americas. In the early 1600s, the first enslaved Africans were brought to the English colonies. Right here is a little map you could see where Africa is in compared to the United States, and the colonies were right there. The growth of plantations in the southern colonies caused slavery to increase. Early colonial farmers used indentured servants to work on their small farms. However, large plantations needed many people to work the fields to produce cash crops. This need was so great that the population of some areas included more enslaved Africans than colonists. Right, and it told me over here to underline a generalization. As I read the second paragraph on page 90, I'm going to underline a sentence that makes a generalization, right? A generalization is a broad statement about people or places that is true most of the time. All right, so we're going to do this one. The growth of plantations in the southern colonies caused slavery to increase. That was one of the reasons. There's lots of other reasons, but that's one we're going to underline. All right. And so over here, right, it says, which details in the first paragraph support the generalization that many settlers enslaved other people? So it told me, right, the Spanish settlers were the first Europeans to enslave people in the Americas. In the 1500s, Spanish settlers forced many American Indians to work in the plantations. And, right, because of them dying, they later, the English brought over enslaved Africans. Many of these workers died, so the Spanish began bringing enslaved Africans to the Americas. In the 1600s, the first enslaved Africans were brought to the English colonies. So which details? I'm just going to do kind of quick. Spanish settlers forced American Indians and enslaved Africans to work I'm going to do the two they put there. They talked about plantations and mines. I guess you'd work on a plantation and you'd work in a mine. If you need to pause, pause. All right, my next one. A life of hardship. Enslaved Africans faced many hardships. So did the enslaved Indians as well, right? Many of them died. The journey to the English colonies often began in the present-day West African country of Benin. There, European traders forced captured Africans to board ships. In 1789, an African named, so here we're going to see how to pronounce it, right? Ouda Iquiano wrote that when he was taken aboard a ship, I saw myself deprived of all chance of returning to my native country. During the voyage he and other Africans were kept in chains. Many of them died. Right, so they're traveling all the way from here to here in boats, in chains. In the text, circle the present-day country where many enslaved Africans began their voyage to the Americas. Right, I told us. We're going to circle it. Benin. Here's a caption for this picture. Overcrowded ships, cruel treatment, hunger, thirst, and disease caused many enslaved Africans to die on the voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. Right here, right, they're asking me to put what happened in 1739.